and we had measuring blood oxygen and also core temperature and also pulse and air pressure and GPS to know where they were. And we ran them with these special computers. I was lucky enough at IBM to be able to design some very special computers that are lightweight and good for working in this situation. My student, Vadim Gerosimov, made this system called Any Sign of Life in the early 2000 time frame. And he made a software environment for doing many things with it. And of course, the idea of having a belt buckle that can keep records for your whole life of all of your bio experiences is now pretty mainstream. It was not when he did it. But what he did that was fun is we made a lot of bioanalytical games. And these were able to help people. So to give an example, this man, Vadim Gerosimov, he is the original author of Tetris when he was in Russia, when he was young, 16. And so he tried to let you play Tetris with heart rate. And what he found... Anyway, with heart rate controlling Tetris, he was able to increase control of the heart and improve heart rate variability, which of course is a sign of health. With using breathing to play the game Pac-Man, he was able to improve the heart rate variability by getting them to be aware of their of these biometrics as they were playing these games. Finally, we made a game where there is a ball, that's me holding the ball, and you throw the ball to somebody who's been running around the field. And then when they get the ball, they have to go into Zen state because the team's score, it goes up when the person that's carrying the ball's heart rate goes down. So everybody has to protect this person from getting tickled or excited while their heart rate is going down. When it has gone down, then they throw the ball to someone else, and they have their heart rate has to go down. And anyway, what we found was that people enjoy it, and we are spending too much time sitting in front of a computer. I was just thinking, we are about 3 kilometers from the hotel, and it took me maybe 40 minutes to get here because of the traffic, and we have to all coordinate. If we walk here, we get better exercise than using the carbon. So I think that the idea of activity, now the we is doing it also, but I think it's very exciting to start making physical things. So several years ago, one of the main cigarette manufacturers, Philip Morris, came to visit me, and I start saying, really, the most exciting thing about the cigarette for hundreds of years was actually getting people to know each other and also keeping them busy, entertaining them. And it's something that you give yourself to relax and to feel good. And it's something you give to someone else to make them feel good. And it's something that maybe when you are, it gives you something to focus on. And it also is comforting. And it also sets the pace for a thing. You type for a bit, you take a cigarette smoke, you type for a bit. Also takes a break. Every 45 minutes maybe you go and have a cigarette. And so all of these things that we use to give ourselves, to help us with social lubricant and also to encourage ourselves, these are valuable. These are valuable because they keep our stress down. Our stress is the #1 way we die. However, cigarettes are dangerous. And so I try to encourage them to start making digital cigarette, and even spend 5 years trying to convince them that you don't want a drug delivery in this digital cigarette. And we made this digital cigarette, and when it's near another cigarette that is like it, it starts making a little song, and if it is near one it is not, it tries to introduce itself with little lights, and if you don't smoke on it for a while, then it vibrates. The point is that all of the things that the cigarette used to be useful for, and maybe in our country is getting to be almost illegal, are still important, and people still need to meet each other. In the bar, it became illegal almost to smoke cigarettes. Actually, everything is a cigarette. Everything is used to calm ourselves, to remind ourselves of our value, to give ourselves, to give a value to other people, to help people understand who we are. And actually, I got Philip Morris to hire some psychologists to think about this some, but they don't know what to do with it. In the end, our cell phone, our watch, everything we have is a cigarette. It is always something to play with, something to entertain us, something to show other people who we are, something to give to them, and that is really where we will be going. And that you might say isn't so important to health. I think it is the probably number one thing we can do to improve our health is to help our social relationships and help ourselves be calm enough to do the work we want to do. But the question of being calm enough to do our work always has to do with, there are so many things happening at once. I was trying to transfer some data, and somebody wanted to introduce me to the translator, but the translator needs my data, so I don't pay any attention. I just do it before this talk. We have been working on disruption and interruption in my lab. Ernesto Arroyo, who organized me coming here, he did a fantastic thesis, PhD thesis last year, where he showed that he could, by recognizing all of the things that are trying to take my attention and deciding how to mediate which one is important now, he could make huge improvements. And he did it by noticing, is this instant message on the topic of what I'm doing right now? Also, am I typing right now very quickly? Also, is there a cell phone ringing? The question is, if we just take a little break when the IM is coming, can we improve a person's work? Yes. We could do it, and we do it by reorganizing them a little bit. All of them on the same topic go together, and all of the ones that, when I'm typing, I wait till it's done with the typing, delaying the IMs only up to a minute or two. We could make 30% improvement in how many orders were taken. This is the user interface of a very complicated desktop experiment that we did, and very exciting to see that you could get all of the information, but just by pacing it, relax people. Okay, I'm going to give an example, an online example, of something I did that was about health, but does it from a very different point of view. Okay, so there was a special program being created for public television on Alzheimer's. Okay, 50% of people 80 years old have Alzheimer's or dementia. Yeah, it's a gigantic problem. And I was going to make a web interactive. This web interactive exists. You can go visit it. It's right now there. But it looks like a living room, and it's called Living Center. Each of these things is a different application. We have a catalog, a puzzle. We have some music. We have an art you can do. We can play with the fire. We look at pictures.